What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody, we got to return to the haunted forest where Snow White currently is residing. This movie is an absolute disaster. It is one of the biggest disasters we have ever seen in the history of film. This joint right here will go down in history as one of the biggest. Because look how much money they're making. Only $168 million worldwide. This is on the third weekend. And I want you guys to think about this. 350 plus. That's what they spent to make this movie before marketing. You're talking about a movie that got to get somewhere in the $800 million range just to break even. All right? Just to break even. And right now, after 3 weekends, it's done all the big business it's going to do. It's sitting at $168 million. Everybody that wanted to see this movie has saw this movie, and the people have spoken. They are not rocking with this whatsoever. And why? Here, it's right here in this tagline, like Box Office Mojo lays it out. A princess joins forces with 7 dwarves and a group of rebels to liberate her kingdom from her cruel stepmother, the evil queen. What movie is this, Disney? What the hell is y'all trying to pull on us? This ain't Snow White. This is not Snow White, but this is the movie that they made. And it's like, oh yeah, she's going to be a girl boss. She's going to liberate her kingdom. Well, congratulations, you played yourself. This is what you get when you try to push feminism and bullshit girl boss moves on the people. The people ain't rocking with it. $168 million. This thing is an absolute disaster, all right? An absolute disaster. This is an absolute calamity. This is a catastrophe. This is a tragedy, an apocalypse, an accident, a fatality, a debacle. This is a casualty. This is a cataclysm, a crash, a collapse, a bloodbath, an upheaval, a meltdown, a misfortune, Armageddon, doomsday. Look, they got their doomsday already. Forget Avengers doomsday. We got Snow White doomsday. This thing absolutely shit the bed. There's not enough superlatives and adjectives you can add to this thing to tell you how big of a mess it is. It's so big of a mess that Disney said, you know what? We're going to have to put a plug on that Tangled remake, all right? Yep. Stop the press. Pull the plug. Everybody slow it down, all right? Snow White bombed so badly at the box office that Disney had to put another live-action princess remake on ice, all right? And that's Tangled, all right? They're talking about Tangled. They said, yeah, we can't do this movie, all right? We can't do this movie. We don't know what the hell we're doing anymore. We got to stop what we're doing because we're about to ruin the image and the style that we used to. And yeah, Disney has already jumped the shark when it comes to these princess remakes anyway. I think the last good one was Beauty and the Beast. And that's it. All right, pull the plug. We're done with these. I think people are tired of them. The Little Mermaid didn't make no money. Snow White's not going to make any money. They said, you know what? Time out. Nah, let's not even go forward with this whole Rapunzel Tangled situation. Let's just backtrack, all right? Folks were already talking about they was going to race swap the girl. You know, Rapunzel, let down your weave. I was hearing those jokes. I was like, look, Disney is smart, but they're stupid at the same time because they still aren't going to connect to the fans the way they need to. Kind of like the way Minecraft did. I want y'all to check this out, man. Every time we come back to Minecraft, this number just keeps growing. Right? It was like $157 million yesterday. As they finally start to get some of the totals, it's now at $163 million. And it's 313 million globally as compared to 301. This thing just keeps growing and growing and growing. I have no doubts in my mind this is going to have a very big second weekend. And the box office absolutely needs it, man. The box office needs it. Minecraft figured it out. They said, hey, let's just make movies for the people that's going to come and see this movie. Yeah, I had said this yesterday. Warner Brothers is doing something unthinkable in Hollywood, listening to their audience and making money. What a concept, right? What a concept. You're actually just going to listen to your fans and do what they ask you to do. You know, and that's all they had to do over there at Disney. You have mountains of IP to mine. Famous, popular IPs. People love them. Why don't you just do what the fans have been asking you to do? It's just adapt it for the big screen. You know, take the Star Wars content that you already had and just adapt that. Take the Marvel comics that you already have and just adapt that. Just put it on the big screen. That's all people wanted. You didn't have to try to reinvent the wheel. Nobody was asking you to do that. I mean, good God, man. Warner Brothers just said, why don't we just do this? Let's find out what Minecraft fans are going to be like. What do they like? What do they enjoy? And let's just throw that on the screen. I mean, the critics are like ripping this movie apart. They're saying it's trash. They're saying it's horrible. Yeah, the audience seems to disagree. And look, I'm not here to, comment on Minecraft. I didn't really see the movie. I probably never will see the movie. But I'm talking about just connecting to your audience, understanding who your audience is, understanding what your audience is coming to watch, and just giving that to them. They did the exact same thing with Barbie, all right? Warner Brothers I'm talking about. They did the exact same thing with Barbie. Hey, we ain't going to make Barbie for the, the sports fan monster truck rally crowd. We're not making Barbie for that. We're going to make Barbie for women, because women are the ones that grew up on Barbie, that put Barbie on the map, that bought the Barbie toys. All right, we're going to make a movie that they will enjoy. That's what they did. And it's the same thing that Disney needed to do for Star Wars and for all of these Disney princesses. Again, nobody was coming to see this bullshit, Disney. Like, what made you think people wanted to see Snow White be the leader of the Liberation Army and go out there and defeat the evil queen and all of that crap? What made y'all think this was the movie they wanted to see? They wanted to see Someday My Prince Will Come. And they want to fall in love. They want to feel like little girls again from grandmothers. Grandmothers really would have took their daughters and their great nieces and nephews and everybody else. They would have piled those folks into the theaters and said, this is the movie I grew up on, and let's go and have a good time at the movies. But instead, Disney decided, hey, no, we got to go girl boss, full girl boss, all right? She got to liberate the kingdom. She got to be the leader that her father always knew she could be, instead of just being a dainty, sweet little princess that falls in love. It is what it is, Disney. You get what you get. So, yeah, here's the results of all of that nonsense, all right? This is just an utter embarrassment, man. This is absolutely embarrassing. When you see what Snow White is doing, and then you get over to Minecraft, look at this. Yeah, when you look at what the weekend was like, every weekend coming in, man, this is what Hollywood was dealing with. These god-awful, terrible box office, couldn't crack 100 million since this was Captain America Brave New World. All right, so the 3-day from Captain America Brave New World, then it was 69 million, 45 million, 48 million, 45 million, 67 million, 69 million. This is Snow White right here. These 2 weekends, this should have been when Snow White took over and dominated. And y'all remember, man, Snow White didn't even get number 2 in its second weekend. This is utterly embarrassing. This is nothing but sheer, utter embarrassment for Disney. And then here comes Minecraft, just sweeping the floor. I mean, absolutely dominating, man. Like, this just crushed everybody. 157 million. This is going to get updated because the updated numbers have come through. But yeah, Snow White sitting in 4th place, y'all. 4th place in its, 3rd weekend? Snow White? A $350 million Disney movie? This is embarrassing. Bob Iger, you should be ashamed of yourself for how you have handled Walt Disney's baby. How you have handled his properties. Just like I say the same thing when it comes to Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy should be embarrassed. This is nothing but pure embarrassment. How do y'all look yourselves in the mirror? You got handed over a treasure trove of people's loves and people's memories, and this is what you're doing with it? You're destroying it. Man, I would check out. I would be like, I'm done. I clearly ain't built for this. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I fucked this thing up royally. I'm out the door. I'm not going to continue to sully the great name of Walt Disney with my bullshit while Warner Brothers runs laps around us, triple, quadruple laps around us with Minecraft. And not saying nothing about Minecraft, but Snow White should have at least been able to compete with it, right? Wow, man. Anyway, you guys let me know what y'all think about this. This is just sad, man. What they've done to these franchises, what they've done to the legacy and the brand of Disney, it's something that's going to be studied. I'm guaranteeing you, it's going to be studied in the years to come. And folks will be going back and looking at this and saying, wow, man, how did we let that happen? How did Bob Iger let this happen? Oh, because he was too busy trying to push girl boss shit, wokeness, all right? He was too busy championing for all of these causes instead of just letting Disney be a family-friendly company that caters to the audience that built it up in the first place. Just do that and you'll be fine. Listen to the fans. What do the fans of Disney want? Why are you trying to reinvent the wheel? I just don't understand it, man. I just don't understand it. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.